morning, guys. We are going to start our first day of solving rational equations today. There are two different ways to do it, depending on what the original equation looks like. Today's method, we are going to be using cross multiplying. You can only use this method if there is one expression on each side of the equal sign. So we're going to do these 5 problems together. The other thing that's important is we have to check our answer because there can be extraneous solutions. Do you remember what an extraneous solution is? It's an answer that when you plug it back into the original doesn't work. So let's get started. Number 1, 3 over x plus 1 equals 9 over 4x plus 5. So you have one expression on each side, one fancy fraction, if you will, on each side of the equal sign. So we are going to cross multiply. So we're going to do multiplying on a diagonal, multiplying on a diagonal. So this is going to turn into 9 times x plus 1, put that into parentheses, equals the other cross product, which is 3 times 4x plus 5. What am I going to do next? Distributive property. Okay, so let's distribute 9x plus 9, 12x plus 15. And now we solve. What's my next step? Subtract 15 from both sides. 9 minus 15, I'm going to go over here, negative 6 equals 3x, divide by 3. So it appears that the solution is negative 2. Again, we need to do a check. I'm going to squeeze it in above the problem. I should have left a little more space here. If I sub the negative 2 into the equation, here's my check. Everywhere I see an x. Okay, and let's clean it up. This becomes 3 over negative 1, which is just negative 3 on the left. This becomes negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. 9 over negative 3 is also negative 3. So it works. Remember, most of the time with extraneous solutions, they're going to work most of the time. But at that one time you forget to check them, that's when you're going to get an extraneous. All right, let's try a next one. So cross multiply. 7 times 2x minus 10 equals 11 times x minus 2. Distribute. Let's bring the x's over to one side. So I'm going to subtract 11x. Now I'll bring the constants to the other side. What's negative 22 plus 70? If you don't know, you should be using your calculator, right? No problem with that. It's positive 48. Divide by 3. What do we get? 16. We've got to do our check. 7 over 16 minus 2. 11 over 2 times 16 minus 10. So this 16 minus 2 is 14, and 7 divided by 14 is 1/2. Over here, 2 times 16 is 32. 32 minus 10 is 22. 11 over 22 is also 1/2. So it works. Okay, pause the video and try number 3. How did you do? The answer is -3. And if you do the check, you will see I ended up with 3 over -15, which simplifies, of course, to be -1/5 equals 2 over -10, which also simplifies to be -1/5. So it works. If you got it right and you're feeling confident, why don't you pause the video and try number 4. If you're not so certain, then follow along with me. So my cross products look like this. -4 times x minus 3 is equal to 5 times x plus 3. Distribute. Watch this, negative times negative. Okay, be careful for those careless mistakes. I'm going to bring my x's over to the right this time. Subtract the 15 to both sides. 12 minus 15, -3 equals 9x. Divide, divide. X is, in this case, it's a fraction, -1/3. This check is going to be a little messy. I would definitely use your calculator and see what you get. -4 divided by, I got to put parentheses in, here. Can you see it? So my left side would be -1.5. Okay, and then the right side is 5 divided by x minus 3. Yep, so again, parentheses, -1/3 minus 3. So it works. All right, we're going to do 5 together because there's one piece that's going to be slightly different. So start off with your cross products. X times 2x plus 5. 1 times 11x plus 8. Does anyone have an idea what's going to be different this time around? If you notice, we're going to distribute an x, which is going to make this a quadratic. 2x squared plus 5x. 11x plus 8. When we're solving a quadratic, what do we have to do? Set equal to 0. And most likely, we're going to factor. Okay, so let's bring the 11x over. Let's bring the 8 over. So this is going to be 2x squared minus 6x minus 8 equals 0. What's the first step every time we factor? Look for GCF. Take the 2 out. We love when there's a GCF. Okay. What two numbers multiply to -4 and add to -3? -4 times +1, right? Okay, so factored form becomes x minus 4, x plus 1. Don't forget about your GCF. It's still part of the problem. But it doesn't become part of the actual answer, right? Two possible solutions, which means we have to check them both. All right, let's start with the check. I'll check 4 first. Okay, 1 over 2 times 4 plus 5. Is that equal to 4 over 11 times 4 plus 8? This is 8 plus 5. This is 1 over 13. 44 plus 8 is 52. Does 4 over 52 reduce to be 1/13? It does. So 4 is definitely a solution. We have to check -1. I'm going to squeeze it in over here. 1 over 2 times negative 1 plus 5. And then negative 1 over 11 times negative 1 plus 8. All right, so this is going to be negative 2 plus 5. That's that. Okay. Negative 11 plus 8 is negative 3. Oh, but what does negative over negative simplify to be? So this particular problem had 2 solutions. Okay, I hope this worked well, and try the homework, and I'll see you tomorrow.